Hello and welcome to this first match overview of the pre-season, and we got off to a great start with a 3-1 victory over Sevilla in Portugal at the Estadio Algarve, and it was nice to see all those Blues fans out there in Portugal having a great time, enjoying the sun and having a performance on the pitch to match the experience, I guess. And Sevilla being 7-time Europa League winners, a name with a lot of pedigree, it's nice to be able to get a victory over them. And Chris Davis said in his interview after the game that them guys are sort of a week and a half behind us in their pre-season preparations. They've only had a week back, whereas we've had 2.5 weeks back. But nevertheless, it's a great win to be able to get on the board, and certainly a better start to the pre-season as to what we had last season, where we lost 5-0 to Paderborn. So, vastly improved from then. And we had the two different starting 11s, didn't we, with the first half starting 11 consisting more of our first team players, than the second half 11 was more of the academy players, fringe players from last season, also some players that have been signed that haven't really had many minutes coming into a blue shirt, but now they've certainly got that time to rack up some minutes, as Tommy Doyle played 25, and then Bright Side Samuel came off the bench as well to feature. So in that first half 11, I was actually surprised to see Zaid Betteka in there, because he's someone that has recently been handed a professional deal by Blues, first team contract, and he's in the first half starting 11. And I feel he showed real signs of promise, especially for that assist he got for Kesh Jansen in the first goal. Nice little swivel, driving with the ball and then releasing Kesh Jansen with a perfectly weighted pass, with Vanderson dinking it over the goalkeeper. And that was a really nice move. And the second goal as well, Chris Davis alluded to it in his post-match interview, that we were working quite a lot on set pieces. I know that the first half of last season, we didn't really score many goals from set pieces, but I feel the second half of the season, there was quite a bit of improvement in that area. And again, it seems to be something that Chris Davis has worked on, as Christoph Klar profited from a bit of a move where Williamson kind of stuck on the goalkeeper, and then there was a knock across the goal that ended back up at the feet of Clara, who drilled the ball into the roof of the net. So it was nice to see him score, the captain. And the third goal, well, what a free kick it was from Mark Leonard, bending it over the wall, over the goalkeeper and into that corner of the net. And obviously quite a reserved celebration because it's pre-season. But I imagine if you'd done that in a competitive game, it'd be, definitely going over to the fans for that one. And all in all, really positive start for us. And Chris Davis gave some updates as well in his interview after the game about the status of some of our transfers, with Kyogo travelling out with the players to Portugal, but he wasn't quite match fit yet. But apparently he's going to be ready for the game next Wednesday and the rest of the pre-season, which is positive to hear. Kanya Fujimoto is apparently a few weeks behind because he's coming back from an injury. So I don't think he'll feature in pre-season, neither the start of the season. So I reckon it would be a month or two till we see him properly in action. Tommy Doyle got 25 minutes at the start of the second half. And I thought he looked pretty promising there. I mean, apparently since January, he's only played like 45 minutes in one go. So, it's definitely a matter of trying to phase him in. Bright Side Samuel come off the bench. He looks a good player, doesn't he? Obviously, quite big, physical compared to Ethan Laird, who's bombing on in that right back position. Who had a really good chance, didn't he, with Clara pinging it over the top and Laird latching onto his long ball and producing a stop from the goalkeeper. And another one of the signings that featured in the second half was James Beadle, who was at fault, you'd have to say, for the Sevilla goal, because he's played it over, I think, to Gardner Hickman, a bit out of his reach, and the Sevilla players latched onto it and then dispatched the ball into the bottom corner. But it's only one half of football, so we're not going to be too hasty to judge the new keeper. Obviously, Ryan Allsop did feature for us in our stronger 11 in the first half and produced a phenomenal save, didn't he? The one where he reached round and tipped it round the post for a corner. Really nice save from Allsop, and his distribution seems to be on point as well. So, that competitiveness between Beadle and Allsop, I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of Beadle in pre-season to be able to judge him, but I'm not going to jump to any conclusions after 45 minutes, that's for sure. Peiken Iwata starting in those holding midfield positions, as I kind of expected. I'm sure that Chris Davis may experiment with the shape of the team throughout pre-season, but it looks like the shape is pretty similar to what we're used to with that, 4-2-3-1 shape. Jay Stansfield was up front. The poor guy hasn't had much of a rest, has he? Because he played a lot of games for us last season, then went over to the under-21 Euros with England, got all the way to the final, won that, and then now he's starting in our first game. So he didn't get much of a rest, but yeah, we obviously love Stano, and some of the other players, notable performances. Keshi Anderson worked really hard as usual. Nice to see him get a goal, and obviously he's going to be in a competition with Damari Gray for his position, but Gray is still in the UK at the moment, the only new signing not to have travelled out to Portugal. So I'm sure that Gray will get some minutes when we come back from Portugal. And I think the whole just environment of the place seems really good at the moment, because Blues posted out on their YouTube account of some of the players playing golf. And yeah, it just seems to be not some great golf shots in there, but certainly some good chemistry with the players. And they all seem to be getting on very well with each other. And I'm sure the new signings will be introduced into this nice environment. But yeah, nevertheless, a great performance to start our pre-season, that 3-1 victory. Lots of good talking points, lots of good things to pick up from the game. And Tommy's vlog will be coming out in a couple of days, because him and Jack have done a bit of a European tour of sorts, stopping off at some different destinations and then ending up in Portugal, where they did watch the game. So look forward to that, watching that vlog. And obviously we'll have some more videos coming out covering pre-season, any new transfers if they do arrive, and other talking points that emerge from pre-season. So if you like this video, please feel free to like, share, comment and subscribe. It really means a lot to us as a channel, and keep right on.